instead of the grand entrance for tourists. 5 minutes later, she pulled in front of a giant white limestone 4-story house that looked like a Gothic Alamo, complete with turrets. The pictures she'd been sent didn't do the house justice. Elvis announced,
"We're here. Until we meet again, may God bless you as He has blessed me."
She put the truck in park, turned off the engine, and opened the door. She needed to get a 360 view. She'd received photos and measurements, but now that she saw the surrounding grounds, she mentally adjusted the drawings she'd done of the proposed landscaping to account for the scale of the house. "Wait for me!" Hugh unclicked his seatbelt, opened his own door, and hopped down. She would love to have helped him, but he'd announced 3 months ago, on his 7th birthday, that he was old enough to do some things by himself, and that hand-holding was strictly forbidden. "In Texas, it's illegal to put graffiti on someone else's cow."
"I'll have to tell that to my husband and sons in case they take up tagging the neighbors' cows."
Justus turned around to find a woman close to her height of 5'2", with large aqua-blue eyes and a no-nonsense blonde bob. The lady held out her hand.
"I'm Lucy Rose."
Justus shook her hand. The woman's handshake was firm but not bone-crushing. "I'm Justus Jacobi. Nice to meet you. So you're the birthday girl." Justus had been hired by the Rose sons to landscape the main house and surrounding areas as a present for their mother's birthday.
"My birthday is next month, and I'm too old to be called a girl."
The older woman squatted down in front of Hugh and held out her hand.
"You must be Hugh. Nice to meet you."
Hugh nodded once and shook her hand.
"Nice to meet you, too. Did you know that in Arizona it's illegal to hunt camels?"
"I did not. That's good to know. If I ever take up camel hunting, I'll remember to stay clear of Arizona."
The older woman grinned, and her eyes took in every detail of his face.
"You look familiar. Have we met?"
Hugh scrunched up his face and thought about it.
"No, ma'am. I don't think so."
Justus ruffled her son's blonde hair. They'd been working on manners, and clearly he'd paid attention. Not even a year ago, he'd have hidden behind her legs and peeked out at a new acquaintance. Now he was 7 going on 40. Mrs. Rose straightened.
"Mrs. Jacobi."
"Call me Justus."
She didn't like to interrupt people, but her stepmother was the only Mrs. Jacobi in the family. God knew her mother, a.k.a. the egg donor, hadn't kept that title any longer than she'd had to.
"Call me Lucy."
She grinned as she looped her arm through Justus's and held her hand out for Hugh. He took it.
"Why don't you come in? I was about to sit down to lunch, and I'd love it if you two joined me. I'm sure you're hungry after your long ride from Austin. After lunch, I'll show you to the cottage where you'll be staying, and you can unpack."
Lucy led them up the front porch steps to the front door.
"If you live in Michigan, it's illegal to put a skunk in your boss's desk."
Hugh looked up at Lucy to make sure she was listening.
"I'm learning facts about every state in the U.S."
"Good for you. Wait until you meet my husband. He loves random facts. The two of you can go at it for hours."
Lucy glanced at Justus and nodded at Hugh.
"He's just about the cutest thing I've ever seen."
"I know, right? I have the best kid in the world." Justus couldn't help but like this woman, who was obviously an excellent judge of kids. Heck, she'd raised 5 sons, so the woman practically had a Ph.D. in little boy. He's so much fun.
"In California, it's illegal to eat oranges in the bathtub."
Lucy waggled her eyebrows at Hugh.
"My husband laid that fact on me on our first date. To this day, I can't figure out how they regulate it. The last time I went to California, I ate 3 oranges while taking a bath. Nothing happened. It was disappointing."
"Fresno, California is the raisin capital of the world."
His tone suggested that he was throwing out that fact by way of consolation.